Zemrah, welcome. I am so thrilled to have you here.
And I'm so thrilled to be here.
Yes.
You know I love you.
Yes, and we love you too. We all love you. But Zemrah, for those of you who might not know, she is a renowned jazz singer, recording artist. I mean, this woman is so bad, and I mean bad in a good way, that she opened for Nancy Wilson. And anybody who knows Nancy Wilson, you know that she is the stuff, right?
Yes.
She is the stuff. And I do believe that she is one of your favorite people outside of me. Yeah. She is one of your favorite singers.
Yes.
And you do a lot of her work.
Yes.
But before we, her songs, but before we get started, Zemrah, let's talk about that name. Is so beautiful.
Yes.
So how did Zemrah come about?
Well, I was affiliated in 1979 with the Hebrew Israelite nation of Israel. Mm-hmm. And the leader, Ben-Ami, who we called Rabbi, he named me Zemrah, and Zemrah means song of praise. They used to, Prince Asiel, who, you know, bless his spirit, he's gone. Mm-hmm. But he used to always, at all the meetings, he found out I could sing, and at all the meetings, I would do Everything Must Change.
Oh,
and so and then they just winded up, they just loved my voice, and they winded up naming me Zemrah, which means song of praise.
Oh, wow. So are you still with the Israelites?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So how
I mean,
long?
you know, in spirit, I left in '82.
Okay.
And
how
but
long
I lived
were you
in
with
Israel.
them?
I lived in Israel for 2 years. I was with them for 10 years.
Okay.
I was one of their fundraisers.
Oh, wow.
And I did a lot of things where, you know, different events. I put on a carnival and sent. I was buying everything, and they had a thing where you would can to make the money.
Okay.
And I would do that. I would can one day, even when it was a time where the mail wasn't even going.
Oh, wow.
And I made it possible where it got over to Israel. And it was a wonderful, wonderful carnival.
You were there for 2 years in
Israel? I
Israel?
lived there for 2 years.
So how was that experience?
It was a very, very awesome experience, Audrey. I mean, to see they called it the Sea of Life, whereas, you know, they call it, I mean, the Hebrews called it the Sea of Life, where it's known for the Dead Sea.
Oh, okay.
And so...
Well, that's a difference, the Sea of Life and the Dead Sea.
Yeah, well, they called it, Israel called it the Dead Sea.
Okay.
The Hebrew Israelite nation called it the Sea of Life.
Okay.
Because you could go and soak if you had any type of infections or any type of arthritis or any kind of issues.
Did you go in there?
Yes.
How was it?
It was wonderful.
It's warm, cool?
Warm, and just you could feel the minerals, because it was minerals in the water, and so therefore that's what made it so healing.
Oh, wow.
And so it was a great experience. I learned a lot spiritually. They caught me at a very vulnerable time. That's how I winded up going, because that was my first time when I met them. That was my first time even on an airplane.
Oh, wow.
And my first trip was to Liberia, Africa.
Oh, wow.
And then the next trip was to Israel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody has a testimony.
Yes.
So you said they caught you at a very vulnerable time.
Yes.
I don't know how deeply you want to go into it.
Yeah.
But we here at Today with Audrey K, we love testimonies, because it's a testimony that, you know, whatever you went through, and to the extent you want to explain it, it gives us hope.
Yeah.
It lets us know. So
well, I had come from a couple of abusive relationships, and I met Prince Asiel.
Okay.
And when I met him, you know, well, at first really and truly was ironic, because I had met him a while back, and we talked a little bit, and then I ran into him again through one of my best girlfriends that introduced me to the nation. And then when I saw Prince Asiel, I said, wow, and he said we would meet up again, which we did.
Wow, okay.
And so I started attending the meetings, and I found very, very interesting. And it was a way of life where they ate vegetarian. They were complete vegans.
Oh, okay.
No meat, no dairy products.
Are you still vegan?
No.
Okay.
But I eat healthy.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I want to make sure that you get your protein in, because a lot of the brothers and sisters, because Ben-Ami, who was the head of it all, he stopped us from eating brown sugar and leaned more towards honey, because a lot of the diet really and truly turned out to be not so good, really, because
Tell the
you
truth
get a
now.
lot of flour, where you would do a lot of gluten, where they would wash the gluten out when they make what you call the meat, because it would be made, the basis of it would be made from flour.
Okay.
So the
Was it
food was
delicious?
very, very good now, because
Okay.
you could not tell the difference. You would think that you were really eating meat, because one thing about it, those girls could cook.
Oh, wow.
And so vegetarian, and I'm kind of skipping all over the place. But so vegetarian on 75th in Indiana.
Okay.
It's there now.
Okay.
I found that place.
Okay.
And they have redone it now, and it's a wonderful spot. They've changed some of the menus, but the food is absolutely wonderful.
And you say you founded that spot?
I'm the one that found it. Prince Asiel told me to go out and find a spot that they could have a restaurant.
Okay.
And I did just that. And it ended up being, I negotiated the rent and everything. Matter of fact, my husband, who is now, but it was Asiel at the time, he did a lot of the remodeling in So Vegetarian, originally, Ed. Yeah, he did it.
Ed is
back in the
great,
day.
you guys.
Oh, yeah.
He is like the greatest thing. I wish he could have. We should let you guys see him.
Yeah.
Just a wonderful fellow.
Yes, he is, and it's ironic too. That's a whole nother love story there too,
Yes,
of
I
how I
wanna
met
get to-
him. But it was just I learned a lot, and one thing about it, I have no regrets, because I met some wonderful, wonderful. I still am very close to a lot of the sisters and brothers right today. You're talking about 30-year relationships
Oh,
plus.
wow.
And then Ed had always liked me, but at the time I was interested in someone else.
Okay.
So, but the ironic thing is I had not seen him in 3 years. Now, this was after I had left.
This is Ed. You hadn't seen him in 3
I hadn't
years.
seen him in 3 years. And this was after I'd left, And my mother died suddenly, which was just really heartbreaking. And
So sorry to hear.
and the day after I buried her, I used to sell jewelry and accessories in Sweet Georgia Brown and The Godfather. I was on my way in The Godfather with this setup, and somebody was honking and blowing. I turned around, and it was Ed, which I called him Asiel, because that's it, man of God. That's what his name means. And he jumped off his van and just ran up and hugged me. And I told him what had happened to my mom, because he had met her and my dad at the time. And I told him what happened, and so he came in, and he said, "I'll be right back." He came back with one long red stem rose, and he said, "Baby, it's going to be okay."
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and then he said, and then he told me, he said, we exchanged numbers. He said he'll talk to me in a couple of days. He called me in a couple of days. We went and had lunch, and then it was
rest is
history.
history.
So we went together for 5 years.
Okay.
Which I told him after the 5th year, I did alert him that there would have to be a ring put on it.
Say that again, please. And listen,
After
is this
5
a camera?
years,
Listen to this, ladies.
it would have to be a ring put on it. And so after 5 years, I said, "Ed, 5 years is up, baby." So I said, "Here's the calendar. I have a date, November 4th, 1995. And he got more excited than I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
and
beautiful.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
And so we've been together since 1995, married.
Why do you think women are afraid to, why do you think women have a problem with, like you said, telling the guys, hey, you need to put a ring on it? And do you, why do you think
I think
is?
that probably sometimes they feel maybe a sense of rejection. Maybe they feel they'll be rejected or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But I feel, and we talk about this on our show,
that
we'll you have to understand and you have to be honest with what you feel.
Okay.
And you have to be direct. And fortunately, at the time, Ed was one that you could really and truly, kind of express and say what your feelings were.
Yes.
And that's what I did. And I just told him, because he wanted to marry me anyway. So,
And maybe that's it. Maybe you can get away with it when you know that person wants to marry you anyway.
Yeah. And that might make the difference, all jokes aside, for real.
Yes.
That could make the difference, because I knew it. I knew he loved me. I mean, Ed was he still is a very, very handsome man, but back then he was even more a star.
What?
And women even be, and look.
I'm looking at Ed, guys.
Look. And the women, they knew that Ed was mine, but they still was going after him.
Oh my
God.
God.
But hey, what can I say? I got the prize.
That is beautiful. See, I know about you because you have a radio show, and a lot of the things you do is all about love.
Yes.
It's all about being loved. It's all about being loving.
Yes.
It's like you love love.
Yes.
Were you into fairy tales when you were growing up?
Maybe the fairy tale of teaching, because for some reason I used to come home from school and play school. So maybe that. But I've always been a romanticist, and
Yes.
I've always, it even comes out in my music.
Yes.
Because I love ballads and all of that. So
Yes. Can you
I
just
love
name a few of your songs, because I wish I knew them all. But
Well, that's okay.
yes,
That's
name
what
a
I'm
few
here
of your
for.
songs. Just the titles of it just lets you know how loving, how you, and I love listening to you, because I'm telling you, her music will make you fall in love all over again.
Yes, I have one in particular that I wrote and I dedicated really to Ed. It's called Sweet As Your Kiss. And then
Oh my God, I think I'm blushing.
Yeah. And then one that I am going to dedicate to a wonderful, wonderful couple, you and Brian.
What?
And I'm going to dedicate this song called You Are.
Oh wow.
A girlfriend of mine, very close, we're like sisters, Pamela Wilkes.
Okay.
She wrote the lyrics,
met her.
I wrote the music. And you are, and she always says, Zemrah, I really love Love Is Possible. I said, well, I love You Are, because the lyrics, they are wonderful.
What I want to say, because I want to talk about your radio show.
Yes.
I want to talk about your concert, and I also want to talk about your experience, your journey in this life,
Yes.
So let's talk about your radio show.
Okay.
Okay. So the name of your radio show is?
It's Here's to Life.
Okay.
With Zemrah, and then of course Ed. He's part of it now, really. And
I've been on there.
And we want you back, because you're just wonderful, you and Brian.
Thank you.
But Here's to Life, I heard that song back in 2010. And I just fell in love with it, because the message is so powerful. Because my motto is that age is nothing but a number.
Come on now.
As long as you can walk, talk, and breathe, you keep it moving.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Yes.
So we don't pay no mind about age.
Yes.
So I did my first concert in 2011. Here's the Life. I had no idea that we were going to wind up. Somebody said, Zemrah, you should do it annually. Because, we packed Prairie State. We have it at Prairie State College.
I've been there.
And people just loved it.
Yeah.
And somebody said, why don't you do it annually? So we did. So we got up to 6. We were getting ready to do 7. And then the pandemic hit.
Okay.
So we got past that. And what's wonderful about it, we do it on Sweetest Day.
Yes.
So that makes it even sweeter when it comes
Yes.
talking about love.
Can
So
I
do
say
love.
this, and you can get back to but speaking of that concert, so one of the things I remember, ladies and gentlemen, this wonderful woman sung this song. I think Smokey Robinson wrote it.
That's on my CD, Cruising.
And you did a duet with somebody.
But not
one
Cruising,
that
I did a
read.
duet. I
it-
did another song, I
No,
Choose
no.
You.
Right, okay, yeah. Then the Cruising, I have never heard Cruising done. I didn't even like Cruising. I mean, not like it. I never paid attention to it until I heard this woman sing it. I was like, what is happening? What is happening?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Thanks,
I mean,
Audrey.
a lot of it, I can't remember a lot of it, but I do remember that all of it was good.
Thank you.
All of it was good. So you're doing it again this year
Yes,
at Prairie
we are
State.
so excited.
And it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
But anyway, so your show is called Here's to Life.
Here's the Life. It's called. This one is, of course, Here's the Life. Here's the Life 7.
Okay.
So
but
after 7 years,
7 years.
that's what's powerful. After 7 years, we're having the 7th Here's the Life concert. You know,
so
people are
you've been
selling
on this road for
tickets.
such a long time.
have.
You've been on this road. And do you feel like your voice diminishing in to any degree? Because
Oh,
I can't
my
hear it if
God.
it is.
No.
No.
No, and so that's when you know that that's your passion. That's when you know that God got you, because truly, I notice my voice has gotten stronger.
Yes. And you know, in this industry, it's so hard to keep your integrity.
Yes.
And I know because I talk to you, and you are a woman of integrity.
Yes.
Ed is a man of integrity.
Yes.
If you say you're going to do something, you can put money on it. I'm not encouraging you guys to bet either, but you can put money on it that you all are going to, be there and do it. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, I want to make sure I ask you on air. I want you and Ed to come on our Really Weird show. Okay, that's sometime in, way back, but I'll let you know.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
we
guys
love
can-
that.
Yes, and you guys
That's
can
what I love.
see
You all
this.
always doing something creative and
Yes,
exciting.
the Really Weird show. Do you have a website
It's
they can go
it's
to?
intellectualradio.com, and you put in, when you do that, you put in, Here's the Life with Zemrah.
Okay, looking out for that and all the other stuff that you're doing in life. Here's to Life. I can understand why you love that song so much.
I do.
Because we have to celebrate life. We have to embrace life. You don't have time. You know not the day nor the hour. You don't know when you're going to be called home. So you have to enjoy. If you're still down here, if you're still walking, talking, breathing, even if you got, if you can't get out the bed some mornings, if you're still here, God has something for you to do here.
Yes.
So you have to look for it. You have to pray about it. Don't go into that deep, dark rabbit hole where it's you're like, well, I can't do this and I can't do. What can you do?
Right.
Right,
And
Zemrah?
do it.
What?
Because one of the things that I also love about that song and the lyrics is, all you give is all you get.
Yes.
And you have to make sure that, like you say, if you're down about something or whatever, you just have to keep it moving.
You have to.
Because otherwise you just sink.
Yes.
You
Yes,
just think. Like I have been, when you speak of integrity, I could have made it in the music industry a long time ago. But I knew that I was not going, if I couldn't make it on my voice, then it wasn't going to happen.
Were they coming at you? They coming because I know
they
you're a beautiful
did.
woman.
Yeah.
So
And back then,
they were coming
I was
at you.
My figure was a little bit big. But yeah, and
Lot
I
of
just,
Me Too stuff
I just
going
said
on,
that I
huh?
was, I just said that no, if I can't make it on my voice is strong enough. But I am putting myself
tempting,
in a
though.
position where I'm going to do the work and everything. And there's some things that I want to do, Europe and some, do more, like I'm doing a tribute to Nancy in March.
Okay.
And then we're doing I do a fantastic holiday show. So we're going to try and do a dinner show in December.
Okay.
So I am really and truly trying to build, more shows and just kind of, do some of that.
And the thing about it is, I'm thinking about it. The thing about it is that with people like you, which is why we do this show, good people that's uber talented, which you are. She writes, you sing. Do you, what do you call them when you put the melodies together?
Yeah.
Compose?
Yeah.
Is that it?
And I produce my shows.
And produce.
Yeah.
This is talent from God.
It is.
It's talent from God. And we love to have these types of people on this show so that you can see that you can honor God with your life. You can honor God with your career.
That's
you
right.
can honor God with your talent, because all good things come from God.
They do.
If it's good, it's from God.
Exactly.
That's what I believe.
And it's true. I do too.
Yeah, if it's good.
Yeah.
So
that's what I always say. I have a God-given voice, and I know that.
Yes,
And it comes
because
from God.
if you think that, you didn't just make yourself.
No.
You didn't just make your, because if I had it, I would have your voice.
But you might not sing, but you have a voice.
Yes, I have a
and
voice.
And a very, very strong.
God
lead you.
knew that this is the voice I needed, because if he
Yes.
had gotten me a voice like you, I probably would never shut up. But right now, what we're going to do, Zemrah, we're going to hear your wonderful voice.
Oh, thank
and you
you.
guys, I want you to listen to the words of this song, because it's very encouraging. I'm going to play that on our radio show, Christ Life Worldwide Ministries Lunch with Audrey K. But you guys listen to it, and I'm telling you, you're going to be blessed. Not everything has to be just a straight up gospel song to bless you. All right? Okay, then. We come back. We're going to hear Zemrah.
Thank you. No complaints and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and placing bets. Although I've learned that all you give is all you get. So give it all you've got. I've had my share. I've drank my fill. And even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's over there beyond the hill, and do it all again. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Here's to your life, to dreamers and their dreams. Funny how the time just flies. A warm hello can become a sad goodbye and leave you with the memories you memorized to keep your winters warm. For there's no yes in yesterday, and who knows what tomorrow brings or will take away. As long as I'm in this game, I want to play for laughs, for life, for love. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Here's to your life. To dreamers and their dreams. May all your storms be weathered, and all that's good gets better. Here's to your life. Here's to love. Here's to you. May all your storms be weathered, and all that's good gets better. Here's to your life. Here's to love. Here's to you. Here's to your life. Here's to love. Here's to all of you.
This is Zemrah.
Thank you so much
Look
for
for her,
having me.
and if you need to get in touch with her, you can't remember her email address or her website. Remember, you can always contact me at audreyk@gmail, and we will get you in touch with this wonderful singer, this wonderful woman, this wonderful soul. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And as we always say on Today with Audrey K, God is good. You better tell somebody.
Thank you, sweetie.
That's great. Okay.